Hi, I'm Trevor Matz, and for my informative speech, I'm going to be talking about the effects of global warming. There's no secret that the Earth is warming up. Today, it's a huge topic for choice of conversation, and more people around the world are taking notice. It is a problem that our entire world and its countries need to notice, work together to fix what we can. There are many current effects that are already taking place from global warming, and then there's future effects that will definitely take place if we don't act and get it taken care of and get it resolved. The current effects such as ice is melting worldwide, especially at the Earth's poles. This includes mountain glaciers and ice sheets covering the West Antarctica and Greenland, and Arctic sea ice. Because of that, sea levels are rising from the melted ice, and they have really begun to rise over the last century with more and more global warming. The length of the frost-free season and the corresponding growing season has been increasing nationally since the 1980s, with the largest increases occurring in the western United States, affecting ecosystems and agriculture. One of the most immediate and obvious effects of global warming is the increase in temperatures around the world. The average global temperature has increased by about 1.4 degrees Fahrenheit over the past 100 years. This is according to the NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. And in Alaska, spruce bark beetles have boomed thanks to 20 years of warm summers. The insects have chewed up at least a recorded 4 million acres of spruce trees. That's just some of the current effects. And here are some of the future effects. Sea levels are expected to rise between 7 and 23 inches by the end of the century, by 2100. And continued melting at the poles could add between 4 to 8 inches of that. And less fresh water will be available. If the Cuenca ice cap in Peru continues to melt at its current rate, it will be gone by 2100. Leaving thousands of people who rely on it for drinking water and electricity without a source of either of them. Droughts in the southwest and heat waves have occurred everywhere, and they are projected to become more intense, and cold waves are expected to become less intense. And global sea level has risen by about 8 inches since the reliable record keeping began back in 1800. So since 1880, the entire ocean has risen 8 inches now. Across the entire world, that much water, 8 inches, that is a substantial amount of water. It is projected to rise by another 1 to 4 feet by 2100. This is the result of added water from melting land ice and the expansion of seawater as it warms. Species that depend on one another may become out of sync also. For example, plants could bloom earlier than their pollinating insects become active. These are some of the future effects that are happening around our world right now. Global warming is such a huge topic, and it needs to be a huge debate topic for everyone around the world. Global warming could be the cause of the human race's extinction. I mean, it's simple as that. The human race is, we can't live like this. We can't live with the temperatures get 150 degrees during the day. We can't grow food. You just can't live like that. You know, during the summers, our plants and stuff, they're not designed to grow in 100 degree heat or 150 degree heat. And but the thing with global warming is it's also expected with global warming, it gets hotter during the summers and even colder during the winters. During the winters, we're not here in Arkansas, we're only used to about probably an average of 20 degrees, or the lowest probably being about 10 degrees. That may be one day a year. And, with it getting colder because of global warming, it can get much colder than that. And that is not a good thing, obviously. We can't live like that here in Arkansas. We're not prepared for that here in Arkansas. And people live in the negative 30s and stuff around the world, but we are not prepared for that right now. We need to take action. We need to have global warming taken care of. And that is my informative speech. And thank you.